We're in Las Vegas for Hacker Summer Camp, and we are at a house with the world's greatest hackers to see what they can do with a supercar. Can we get the lights to flash? Can we get the thing to unlock and lock? Can we honk the horn? What other crazy stuff can we do? Let's go and figure it out.
Got a free GTR.
All right, so this is the car, huh?
It's a fun one.
This is the bad boy that we're gonna get into here. Where is this from again?
You know, places. I go by Buses Can Fly on the internet. I hack a lot of stuff for a day job, and I spend a lot of time hacking cars. The cars have evolved, and the security behind them for the longest time had not. It's really hard to permanently brick a modern car. It's definitely possible. Usually, it's pretty easy to recover from a lot you can do. These systems are designed to be very fault tolerant. Down to the wiring of the vehicle, it's made so that these wires, if you get in a crash and one gets severed, the car can revert to single wire communication. And it's built around resiliency, but not security. So a lot can go wrong. If you've ever gotten your car checked for anything, some mechanic at some point will have gone kind of under your dash and plugged something in. That's this one. So we got the OBD2 adapter plugged into the diagnostics port under the dash, and I'm just gonna be hooking up to my laptop. I'm gonna request to keep my password.
Okay. Okay. Password 1. Yeah.
Damn it.
Okay.
So we're seeing the raw data from the vehicle right now through this diagnostics port. We have the name of the interface, so just our little cable thing, and then this ID number. It's called an ARB ID or arbitration ID. And each identifying number corresponds to some element of the vehicle. We right now don't know what any of that means, and if we start that back on, tons of data is going through here. There's a lot of stuff in the car, every function of this.
So likely, is it just saying like, I acknowledge that this function of the vehicle is here and I'm reading it right now?
These are all the nodes on the vehicle talking to each other.
Okay.
The way that network's structured is everything talks to everything. Tons of really cool stuff for making sure it's reliable and safe.
Wow.
Security is not one of the things it was built for. There's this thing called babbling idiot mode, where if a sensor starts sending faulty data all the time, the rest of the network will agree to say, we're just going to ignore that for now. Obviously, that's a problem if that sensor is like your brakes.
Wow.
But what we can do with that access, however, is where stuff starts to get fun. And you can also see the headlights are off right now.
Okay.
If I send this, we can see the lights start to flicker.
So we basically learned what the command is to put on the high beams. You took that code and now you're sending it as a command.
Yeah, and to the rest of the vehicle, it's as if, I was just here pushing the stick really fast. The next thing we can do is try and find something else in the vehicle. So let's look here. If we turn left turn signal on, it actually jumps out pretty quickly. We can see right here, there's a 0.6 turning to a 2.6.
Okay.
On a regular can. So we turn it off, stops moving. Give that a shot, and then turn that off. Just run that.
You see the green flashing light there in the dash. So he's able to trigger the turn signal there from the car.
And that's how like a lot of real world car theft happens. And like the port's in the car, but when you have a tablet that controls minting the keys and all that communication, you can get access to it. And
what are the implications for newer cars where everything is run on the cloud? Can you do that without even having to hardwire in?
Yeah, every car connects to an API up in the cloud, and that API has access to stuff like location, unlock, lock, remote start.
Wow, yeah. Man, that's crazy. Thank you for showing that to us.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
The only thing you need is the victim's license plate.
I'm Sam Curry. I hack companies for my day job. We've hacked almost every car company, and we basically were able to remotely control and shut down like millions of trucks, police vehicles, ambulances across like US, Canada, Mexico. We decided to rent a Nissan GTR because it's just a fun car to have. We were really interested in driving it around a little bit, so any excuse to drive a GTR we'll take. When it comes to like hacking these vehicles, the remote vulnerabilities are sometimes the easiest ones you can find because there's just like all this data that's being sucked up into all these different cloud providers where it's like customer facing admin stuff, and just one vulnerability on any of these services allows you to like completely take over cars remotely. These vulnerabilities don't trigger like any alert on your phone. You're not gonna get an email. You can just basically go quietly steal somebody's car and they're never gonna know. You could go, break in, unlock it, steal something, close the door, unlock it, and you're fine. So we're gonna use this app that I built to hack the Nissan GTR and then track its location in real time. So we're gonna see if this thing works.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Right, so I built this app that basically is gonna take over the Nissan Connect account that's connected to the Nissan GTR. And we're gonna do everything remotely. And basically after we take over the account, we're gonna be able to hack the car to do things like locate it, unlock it, and start it. So once we get a little closer and stable, I can see that license plate number. We can go ahead and click resolve and initiate, and what it's gonna do, it's gonna turn that license plate into a VIN number. And using that VIN number, we can pull the account owner information. So if we give it a second, it's gonna basically use an exploit on the Nissan Connect API. We found that bussescanfly@gmail.com and the phone number. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add ourselves as a secondary user to that account. And then from there, we can hack the car. And there we go, we can see the car has been located. We're currently live tracking the vehicle right now. So now every 5 or 10 seconds, we're gonna pull the vehicle's live location. And you can see on the map here, we're tracking this vehicle.
Just to be perfectly clear, this map came up because he typed in a license plate number. Man, the privacy implications of something like this are just crazy, staggering. I mean, it could tell the church you went to, it could tell where you work, it could show your hobbies, your personal relationships. I mean, this is, how many cars have this functionality baked in like this?
Almost every car now, the companies are incentivized to like keep the data of every vehicle. So any vehicle you see that's made after like 2013, 2014, it just logs everything. So everywhere you've been, everywhere you're going, how fast you're going, whether your door's unlocked, it just keeps it in this big cloud. So we can see at 7:33 p.m. they left their house, and then as we kept going down to 7:46 p.m. they're actually circling back, taking this highway here.
Damn, that's dead on.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because for me, a car, ever since I was a teenager, has been a place of like privacy and freedom. You know what I mean? It's like your car. It's a little bit like your sanctuary. I've had times where like, I don't know, you're dating someone and things aren't going well, or you're having a bad time at work or whatever, and it feels like, oh, the car is my sanctuary where I go, and at least I could be alone. And you're not!
No,
you're not at all.
The one thing that really freaks me out is that I only really focused on like the web and like remote side of things, while people like Vanya and other people have done like so much car hacking where you can turn an exploit like this into the physical stuff, right? So this is kind of like an entry point, and once you get past that and you get more into the physical CAN bus stuff, that second layer is where you can actually control driving and stuff like that. It's really scary, and that's kind of what keeps me up at night. Yeah, it's really funny that we're in a Jeep because there's a really famous hack by Charlie Miller where Charlie took a vulnerability like this, but they pushed it so far that they could actually control the steering in the vehicle.
Okay, hold on tight. Hold on. Oh,
you could basically leverage this into basically crashing a car at like 90 miles an hour.
Which by the way, there are some unfounded conspiracy theories of times when that may or may not have happened.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If I was like a foreign government and I wanted to track important people, all I'd do is, you know, hack one of the top car companies that these people are driving, like Cadillac, and then you can just remotely see where everybody's at, you know?
It's happening, right?
Yeah.
100% is happening.
Yeah. That's something I'd say too, is like, I'm really a casual like player at like the hacking stuff. So like the governments that are like hacking each other all the time, I'm sure that they have like the same level of access, if not more. So if whether or not somebody found the vulnerability that allows you to like crash a car, I think it's happened, you know? Why spend like the $20 million to like launch a missile when you could just crash a Cadillac remotely at like 150 miles an hour?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
So super crazy experience, very rushed. We only had 2.5 hours. Bad actors don't even need physical access to your vehicle anymore. So the implications of that are super crazy. So it's great to have guys like Sam Curry and Buses Can Fly out there to identify the problems and tell the car companies before things go too far.